In the heart of the Great Smoky Mountains, not too far from Bristol, Tennessee, stood a little wooden church that was as humble as it was hot in the summer. This was the kind of place where the pastor, Tim Hope, had a spirit as fiery as the wood stove that heated the place in winter. Every July, this quaint country church held its much-anticipated Revival Week. In 1960, however, things took an unexpected turn, thanks in no small part to the sweltering hot summer heat. You could have fried an egg on the sidewalk, if they had sidewalks. With no plumbing, electric fans, or air conditioning, the church was like a sauna, complete with a wood-burning stove that occasionally smoked up the place. The only breeze came from the occasional hand fan, courtesy of the local funeral homes, which were passed around like holy relics. During the Thursday night of revival, the church was packed tighter than a can of sardines. People spilled outside, perched on car hoods and in lawn chairs, all of them desperately trying to catch a breath of cool, fresh air. The congregation was a sea of weary faces, especially among the older members who had been faithfully attending every service, morning and night. All the farmers had their crops laid by. At precisely 7 p.m., Brother Fred McCurry, the church's senior deacon and fill-in preacher, kicked off the evening with a prayer that could make a statue yawn. By 7:30 p.m., as the congregation began singing the second hymn, my friends J.D. and Hunter, grandkids of Brother Fred, decided it was the perfect moment for a little fun and mischief. J.D. elbowed Hunter, who then elbowed my older brother Joe, who then elbowed me. It was like a game of telephone, except instead of words, it was an urgent message of impending shenanigans. J.D. quietly slipped out the back doors, and we all knew trouble was brewing. It was a good thing that no one noticed his departure. Meanwhile, 80-year-old Brother Harrison was propped up against the front wall by the open door, in one of the stage chairs, nodding off, blissfully unaware of the chaos about to unfold. As the church congregation belted out the final notes of the old hymn, "I Would Not Be Denied," I spotted J.D. standing just outside the front door, his eyes gleaming with mischief, and he seized the moment. With a swift grab, he yanked on one of the back legs of Brother Harrison's comfortable chair. What followed was a scene that could have won an Oscar for Best Comedy. The chair tipped forward, and Brother Harrison went rolling onto the floor, swinging wildly and flapping his arm like a fish out of water. The sound that escaped him was something no one had ever heard in church before. Let's just say it was a mix of surprise, indignation, anger, and a sprinkle of words you wouldn't find in anyone's version of the Bible. The congregation fell silent, and then erupted into laughter, a sound that echoed through the open windows and spilled out into the night. Brother Fred paused, looked as if he might have to pray for his sanity after hearing such words. That night after church on the ride home, my mother, still giggling from the incident, turned to my dad and asked, "Do you think Brother Harrison was speaking in other tongues?" My dad chuckled and replied, "Well, no, I believe he learned to speak those words while spending 20 years in the Navy." From then on, Brother Harrison was a local legend because he thought a demon had a hold of his chair. He was the man who turned a typical revival night into a story that would be told for generations. And as for J.D., he earned the unofficial title of Demon Slayer, which was not a compliment, but certainly made him the life of the party at every subsequent church gathering. My brother said J.D.'s pa and ma would let him have IT, and that his grandpa may spank him too. And so in that little church in the Smoky Mountains, amid the summer heat and laughter, a revival wasn't just about saving souls. It was also about creating memories that would last longer than the smoky scent of that wood stove. As long as I live, I will never forget that Thursday night or that week of revival. Sunday afternoon, 14 souls were baptized, including J.D., Hunter, my brother Joe, and myself. What a revival. Sorry this event never happened except in the mind of this old man. It reminds me of those good old days of my youth. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine. Proverbs 17:22a KJV. Thanks for watching my videos. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe or follow. And don't forget to click that notification bell. This is Pastor Mack Johnson saying, may Jesus bless and keep you in his care. Amen.